Well, let's describe this child that will challenge you. Now, in our next segment, I will give you some tips on parenting them, so don't get discouraged as we go through this. This child thinks outside the box. The box to them was some other person's idea that may or may not be valid because they see themselves as equal. They view their thoughts as equal. So the box is someone else's thoughts, may or may not be valid. In the arena of ideas, they feel free to travel where no man has gone before, okay? Even if that box is a rule or a law, they can create easily, so they may not see the same value in having absolute control over their thinking. That's not the person they are. This child has relative thinking. Now, this is a strength and weakness as well. This is where they can bend the rules or laws. They can be guilty of not thinking that rules or even speed limits apply to them. They're often system thinkers in that they see the way things work and they can find the loophole. They can find the exception, or where someone could get away with beating the system and sometimes do things to prove their point that they could beat the system. So they see the gray or the colors of something. Now, this will have more intrigue for them than the black and white, right or wrong way of thinking. This is why the why questions are so important to answer. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying this is the way they come. They come with the ability to go into those colors, okay? This child or person will overestimate or overvalue their own ideas because it comes from inside of them. They don't question it. Now, since they are motivated from within, they will strongly hold to these ideas that they've created, even if it's simple things like how their day should go, what we should do today. They will lean towards thinking that their idea is the idea or the better idea. It is a challenge for them to let go or submit to other people's ideas, even their mom and dad's. So don't take it personally. This is a problem for them in general. This is also why they get frustrated if you change plans. And I know life happens, but if they had an agenda and life happens, it's going to be a challenge for them, especially if they came up with the plans. Like today, we're going to do this and this and this, and then something happens, it's going to be frustrating for them, way more than the other child. Now, they sometimes can get stuck, rigid, or even angry if their idea is not taken as almost gospel truth. The problem is because of the speed at which they think, it's usually very fast. Their idea is usually the first on the table, and they can generate ideas like a popcorn maker. Now, of course, they are limited to their data, which is why they keep trying to grow their database, and their life experiences. So the younger they are, the less experience they have. So expect some pushback as they learn how to use this magnificent brain that they were given to come up with ideas and create solutions and push through things. Now, this child rarely thinks about consequences about their ideas, especially early on. They can be very monolithic in their thinking. They might have a great idea to climb a mountain or even create a new mountain so they can climb a mountain. However, they won't think about the bears or the mountain lions on that mountain. Since they are often highly motivated kind of personality, they will move towards something often without thinking all the way through it. This is where parenting can really be helpful. And we will get to that in just a bit. They will see the positive outcome way before any difficulties of their ideas, or they will see the potential negatives before proceeding. They'll see those as like you're trying to slow them down, or you're a party pooper, or you're Miss Negative, right? They won't perceive it correctly. Now, this child accepts conflict. And may I say, they can thrive in conflict. You might ask why. Conflict plays to their strengths. All that data they've been collecting with all those whys, moving at the speed of light, throwing counter arguments faster than you can respond, combined with their emotional intensity that they can have on the spot. They can show up at power. That makes them a weapon in conflict, which is what can help them be great leaders, because leaders face conflict and they need the power to push back to make changes in the world. So you will have conflict with this child. It's a good thing. But they're exercising one of their superpowers. And the way you look at it's really important. Therefore, empowering this gift without getting damaged is really key. And we'll get more into that in a little bit. This child has challenges hearing other people's ideas. This goes back to overvaluing their ideas. As an immature, internally motivated child or teen or even an adult, it can be challenging them for them to value their peers or even their superiors' ideas. Now, you are maybe more likely to have to deal like with school issues with this child than the one that doesn't challenge you. And I'm going to get to those tips. Don't worry, we'll get to that in the next segment. This child has tremendous persistence. This is by far their greatest superpower. They will push and push to get something done. To reach a goal, they have the gas to get it done. They are focused. They'll get up early, stay up late, study, push, discipline themselves, work out, whatever it takes. They will oftentimes have many accomplishments, okay, for whatever their goals are. They have the determination to discipline themselves to reach a goal. The key word here, again, is their goals. If you impose a goal, like I want you to be a good student, that's your goal. It'll most likely be resisted with the same persistence because they will feel disrespected if they don't have a voice in the decision. Now, maybe helping them understand your grades are your path to a better college or a better career or even more money or something. That being their goal, they might go along with it. This is where parenting is really important. They will need this gas to push through their calling because their calling will take a lot of grit and persistence against resistance, okay? Scripture is full of these types, especially like the prophetic types and people who push through and try to change culture. So you are blessed to be their parent if you can learn and capitalize on the unique motivational style.